It's not dead.
The timer.
The timer. Actually, was it going off a minute ago? I thought I heard it.
It
across
did.
the
It went
office.
off. Yeah. You need to get off your phone.
I know, but the problem is that like I have to answer something to someone.
Welcome to our 101st episode.
Our 101st episode, recorded shortly after the 100th episode, and we even changed clothes.
What are you talking about? I came from Pilates this morning.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
that's
it is.
true.
I know. No, it was really nice actually because I went the other night and it was a new instructor, and so actually this is kind of funny.
You weren't really digging it.
Yeah, so I went the other night. It was a new instructor, and she was like, and if you loved this, come back on Wednesday night. And I was signed up for Wednesday night, and I didn't love it, so I actually did the exact opposite and like canceled Wednesday night so I could come in the morning. And the instructor who teaches this morning is someone who I know and I love. And she looked at me when I walked in the door, and she goes, I don't think I've ever seen you in the morning here. And I was like, I don't think I've ever been in the morning here during the week like this, because it was a 9 a.m. class. And I was like, well, and she was like, what? And I said, well, I came on Monday night, and I said, and I just didn't want to do the class again tonight. And she was like, oh, really? And I said, yeah. And she was like, well, who was it? And she's like, tell me, because I'm training them. She's like, so it's my job. And I was like, oh gosh, so now I feel bad. She's like, no, it's good. She's like, give me the feedback. And I thought, as a business,
you want the real feedback.
You do. And so it was actually good.
I'm upfront with people because the reality is that everyone wants to shield you from this stuff.
Yeah. Or they don't want to be mean, or they don't want to whatever. But like, I came home and I was like, if that was my first class I had ever taken, I would have never come back. Wouldn't have thought
class.
It would have. It would have.
Yeah.
I would have been like,
did you tell her
not
it was
for
the
me.
way she talked?
I did.
Did you? Okay.
I was like, she asked me all these questions about like what she did
how
right.
She talked?
I tried.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I said I was just
and
bored.
5.
So she asked me a bunch of questions, and I answered her questions. And based on like what they must have as like a criteria for training, obviously this girl was checking the boxes. She was like, okay, so she did that. So she did that. So then at the end of the day, she looks at me and she goes, so it's just like her voice and the vibe. And I was like, yeah, I'm not sure you can fix it.
It's kind of unfixable. Yeah. Okay. And this is how that session goes. Like, hey, you're doing everything great. You've done everything we've taught you, but we're going to need you to change your voice.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have to change your personality.
You can change your vibe. So actually today, this is not off topic. It's on topic of where we started, but I had a call with the company that I contract with, and I have a problem. I take over every call that I'm ever a participant on.
As long as I've known you.
If you don't want me talking, then I just can't be on the call. Like, seriously. I mean, and so anyway, I'm the one who in the beginning.
Why do you think that is? That you take over the call? Is it, do you like to hear yourself talk?
No, people might think that.
Or is it because everyone else is grossly inadequate in communication?
100%. Obviously the latter.
Okay.
No, that's the problem. The problem is that I do actually truly believe that. I also
you are an
know,
extremely confident person.
I also know that's not the
know.
case. I know that they're not inadequate. I know that if it weren't for me jumping in, that somehow, some way, the message that needs to get across would most likely still get across. Would it get across as well?
Who do you think talks more in that scenario? Do you think it's me or you? Like,
Me.
If we're both in the same meeting.
Me.
And then what do you think that I'm thinking when you're in that meeting with me?
Well, I know the first meeting you ever had with me in your entire life, you wondered if I was going to pass out and die because I didn't take a breath.
Because you just kept talking and talking. You were like breathing through your nose while talking,
Yeah.
like a fish or
Very
something.
valuable information, I'm sure, being shared. No, it was a call with sales, okay? And marketing was like trying to gain insight and information about what they wanted so we could move forward with planning for a conference. And I know the people, and I also know their wants and needs. And so a lot of it is wanting to come across as prepared and knowledgeable of their wants and needs. So it's not, so you're not blindly asking a question like you haven't thought about it, or, you're almost selling them on what you think the best solution already is, because you want to just move forward with the planning.
Right.
And before we got on this call, I said, I'd like the new person to lead it, so we can see how they do, because I'm not going to be there forever to help. And it started, and I thought, oh boy. I mean, it was painful.
Yeah.
Waiting for the screen to be pulled up and for the limited information that was shared. And I just thought, oh my God, we got to get the show on the road. So, and then there I went. And then I had to apologize afterwards because I asked her to lead it. And then
Is this the new girl? Mm-hmm. And she just didn't do it. Well, first of all,
could have. There was someone else on the call that
said,
there's someone else on the call who said, I probably jumped in a bit early, but that it was good that I did. And, yeah, I feel bad, but.
Do you?
I mean, sure. Anyway, it is good to have feedback. It's good to.
Speaking of feedback, we were at dinner the other night at Beso, and we befriended the owners, or one of the owners there, and we sit out. We're like the only people that sit outside because we've got a toddler. And so he's out there, and if he's going back and forth because they have 2 or 3 restaurants on that street, he'll literally see us and be like, "Oh, hey guys," and he sits down.
He
with
pulls
us.
up a chair.
He pulls up a chair, and we just sit and we love it. And anyway, we shared our concept for Dusted, and we're thinking about doing like a little restaurant concept down the road, and maybe doing a little farmers
way
market
down the road
stand,
in the future,
etc.
For anyone listening thinking we're insane.
Yeah, no, we're definitely insane. But the idea is that we could kind of, nurture this concept of what Dusted is. And he was giving us some great feedback.
Well, I think we actually did talk about this. While you were at the trade show in New York, you had a lot of time on your hands. You were reflecting, but you were also leveraging AI and
we were building out concepts. And I was showing him the concepts. He's like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. And he's been in the restaurant business his whole life.
Well, and by the way, it was so intriguing to hear from him because it was things like, you've got white walls, your entire restaurant's going to go black overnight. Like, you have no idea how much grease is just in the air.
Right.
That and I said something about blinds, and he goes, you'd be amazed. The linens and the blinds, they're okay. He's like, it's the walls, it's the chairs, it's the floors. And he was kind of like, from this height up, you could do it. From this height down, don't even try it.
Showed us some really cool ceiling
But just
stuff
the knowledge, when you're in an industry, the things are unbelievable.
Tremendous amount of knowledge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we've always said, you brought up the idea of a restaurant concept, and I literally told you, well, I wouldn't do it without Jason, which that's this guy's name. It doesn't have to be him, but it has to be someone.
No, it has to be someone like him that has this industry knowledge.
We'd like it to be him, but
yeah, that'd be great.
But it was just intriguing in terms of even location of where a concept would work or not work in a town, and the type of people that you want coming in.
And it's interesting because he looks at it from a pure success point.
Right.
This is where you get the most success from it. And we're thinking well, we want convenience to us. Number one. But number 2 was we're trying to
location wise. Yeah.
Yeah. We're trying to make it be in more of a touristy spot that.
Well, and he was asking the question because Dusted is a steak seasoning. The concept for the restaurant, we were thinking okay, we can do either a steak restaurant or steak frites. It's who are you trying to compete with here? The Hyde Parks of the world and the Burns Courts of the world. And
in my mind, we were going to straight on compete with Hyde Park.
Right.
And make the ultimate steakhouse. But
are you okay? Do you need water?
I've been talking. I've done 2 home inspections. I did the 100th
episode.
Webinars. I did, a couple webinars. I filmed Moonlight or Die. Me and Maria have been together all day. I mean, I'm not even joking.
And we did just discuss on the last episode how she's been here for 2 years, so we haven't driven her crazy. If she quits tomorrow, we know this was a breaking
the defining point. Hey guys, I got you to the 100th one.
No,
good luck.
I can handle 2 hours of Chris a day. You made me sit with him for 5 yesterday.
Seriously,
no, it has been a lot of talking, but I loved playing around with the ideas, and we talked about doing a farmers market concept. Do you mind me sharing what we're thinking?
No, go for it.
Yeah, so the idea was steak frites. It's hey, let's just do some steak tips and some fries.
We want someone to experience, buy something and experience what Dusted is, so that they buy it and then they start picking it up at home.
Right, because that was
and we live in a destination town, so the idea of creating a little Dusted store, think about Kilwins, for example. Like
It's an ice cream shop. For
Ice
those of
Killen's
you
is
who
an ice
don't
cream
know.
shop, and they're like popped up in all the little touristy
And
spots.
fudge.
In
It started
my
in
mind-
Michigan. Killen's.
Not in Tawas, did it?
Not in Tawas.
I was gonna say if that was the original, all this time,
No.
is that a Killen's in
There's not a
Tawas?
Killen's in Tawas.
Oh, I'm just thinking of that little
There might have been one in
candy shop that
Traverse
we always
City.
stop in.
You're thinking of the chocolatier.
The chocolatier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a Killen's.
No.
Okay.
But Killen's started in Michigan.
Okay, but my point is like if we put together a great concept here and then we start putting that into some of these little vacation areas, and it's very lightweight, easy to run. It's just steak and fries and drinks.
Well, and that was the whole thing. He was like, what's more important to you, the revenue from the restaurant, or are you trying to grow your sales for the seasoning?
And we win when we grow the sales for the seasoning.
Right.
Because that's automatic.
Which is the opposite of what I thought you were going to say. Because in my mind, seasoning is so hard to be profitable on. And a restaurant
it's
has
hugely profitable.
so many opportunities for upselling.
You got to understand, if 10% of all steaks were ordered dusted, we would do like 60 million a year.
Right. Let's make that happen.
No joke.
Let's make it happen.
I'd like to make it happen. It's a long process.
I know.
Meanwhile, we're going to make cow videos and dusted videos
We're really
and grilling
trying.
videos. And,
I know.
and here's what's going to happen for us in this particular product is we're going to wake up. It's going to be 15, 18 years from now. And people are going to be like, oh, yeah, I love dusted. Like, oh, man, can you believe it? And we're like, we've been doing this for 20 years, man. Like, I know you just heard about it.
Well,
but
and that's what a lot of people think when businesses are super successful. They're
yeah,
like,
they think
oh
it
my
came out of
God,
nowhere. Wow, what a great idea. They don't realize all the blood, sweat, and tears that go
went
into
in
this stuff.
advance. Yeah. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
I know. Well, we can't turn into the whole. I feel like it's maybe I'm wrong because it's just not in our state yet. But I was going to say we can't turn into a place that's known for spreading a nationwide parasite. The Taco Bell lettuce has.
Taco Bell lettuce.
Yeah.
You know what's?
taken
I don't know
over.
if you've seen this, but there's been a lot of things where it's like never gotten listeria from beef before. Or like it says something else, and it's making fun of the fact that if you eat lettuce and you're a vegetarian, you get sick. But if you eat, a burger, you're not.
Oh, okay. Well, it is funny with this parasitic infection that's gotten thousands of people. Unfortunately, it was in Michigan, and then it went over to. It was on
Been
the
in
West
Sarasota
Coast.
yet? Because I feel like I've had a parasitic
I
something.
don't think so. That's just your
I don't know how else to
problem.
describe it except been parasitic.
I can't believe you just said that. It is so annoying. Never mind. I was going to say the baby's not sleeping very well, and I can't sleep because I'm in the third trimester of pregnancy. And the second that I start to get to sleep, you're having issues. The other day, you were like, "Oh, she's going to kill me."
Oh my god. It's TMI.
Well, you brought it up.
96% we share on the show. 4% we do not share on the show.
Anyway, everyone's been saying because I still don't know if it's Taco Bell lettuce or not. I haven't looked too far into it, but
So here you are disparaging.
No,
we're
I
going to
think-
get sued for libel.
no, I think it truly is on the new. It's Taco Bell lettuce, right? Yeah. Taylor Farm. Oh wow! See, she just made me throw out another name. Taylor Farms lettuce that went to Taco Bell. Okay, so they've narrowed it down. But if originally they were like, we don't know where it's coming from. It's all fresh produce, like any vegetable, any lettuce, and everyone was like, sweet. I've been waiting for this diet to come along for a long time. Just like, so I'm good with pizza and chocolate. Okay, golden.
Yeah, that's the thing. All these people making these videos on other foods and like never got parasitic whatever from
Exactly.
chocolate.
Yeah. But apparently it's just lettuce.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually, I always forget to do it, but you know what I love lettuce on? Like when I go to McDonald's and I get like a double cheeseburger.
When do you go to McDonald's and get
Not
a double
very often,
cheeseburger?
but all the time, actually. It's like my go-to quick snack.
Oh my god! It's
Like,
not
I'm
a
like-
snack.
Yeah.
Hardly a snack. This is the best thing about Chris. You ask him, "Did you eat anything today?" And he's like, "No." Yesterday he said no, and I was like, "Wait, I thought you had a lunch date today." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I did go to Panera and have like an entire meal." But like
did.
I had. And
By the way, speaking of Panera,
and he stops all the time.
it's more expensive than Chick-fil-A.
Well, I told you that the other day. That's
I was
Chipotle for the win.
$20. $20
At Panera.
for a half and half, a soup and a sandwich.
That's
$20.
insane.
That's insane.
But everywhere is so expensive. I mean, I know you
I
went
totally
to
wanna
Chick-fil-A,
go to
but like,
Chick-fil-A.
see, and that's the thing. It's like first of all, $50 for my DoorDash Indian, but It's so crazy. Like you can go to the grocery store and get a couple of things that'll last you. Like, I mean, everything's expensive, but fast food being.
It's interesting because for years, if someone said Whole Foods, I'd be like, I can't afford to go to Whole Foods.
But it's not like that.
It's actually, we go to Whole Foods all the time.
It's so
and it's
reasonable.
Not that much more expensive.
It depends on what you're buying.
It probably does.
If you're getting the food that's pre-made, if you're using them for the fact that they're doing the prep work for you or whatever, like versus just buying the produce, for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
But we get our chicken and meat there, and like you're a huge fan of getting our steaks there versus say Publix.
Only buy mine.
And I'm like, well, Publix is cheaper, but
I don't
was
like.
it the other day that they cut down the cost and they like labeled something wrong and they gave us like this? By the way,
those were the best.
You got those
ribeyes.
pork chops the other day?
Yeah,
from,
with the
from
fat
Whole
cap.
Foods
Yeah,
that
they were
had
really
the most
good.
amazing fat cap on them.
I know. Yeah, no, we've been making a lot more dinners at home because our daughter is really cramping our social life.
So cramping our social life.
I know. She's amazing though. She's like grown up. And speaking of which, we have another one on the way.
Just 3 weeks.
Yeah, she's coming soon. And so we made the decision that we were going to change our guest bedroom out into the nursery. And originally, I mean, we've gone so all over the place, and I'm glad this is where we landed. In fact, when I really think about who I am as a person, I don't think we would have landed anywhere else. But there was a point in time where I was like, well, just throw a pack and play in the wine nook.
It's always funny.
I thought I was so chill, and I'm not.
It's amazing. Like before you have experience with something, you have an idea of what that experience is going to be like, and you share. And I think you had a good, an idea of what it would be like, what life would be like. Then you experience it, and you're like, wow. And then you've even made comments like, wow, I can't believe I actually thought that way before. And then you realize it.
I'm
and then
eating
now
all
you
of
hear
my
other
words.
people talk, and then you're like, oh, girl. Right.
100%. I said so many things before I was a mom that now I'm just continuously eating my words on a yearly basis, and I will continue to do so because I'm still judging.
Which is why, like with Summer House or in the city, you're like on Lindsay's side because you're like, well, Lindsay's a mom and I'm a mom, and she just.
I was on Lindsay's side before she was a mom.
I have a very big
No,
love
House for life. I'm
good old
Mother Hubbard.
Mother Hubbard.
She's my Mother Hubbard. I'm completely fine with that. But yeah, no. We got the nursery ready at home. Built all the furniture one weekend. And actually my cousins booked a last minute trip. And they called and they were like, hey, we're going to be there in 3 days. And
I feel like we were at the lake like a month ago and we're like, we got 3 weekends left. It's going to be amazing. And like 2 of them are canceled.
Well, and that's the thing. So we were supposed to be going to the lake that weekend and we were still going to go, even though they were coming into town. We were going to try to see them.
We were still going to go.
But the weather
was
that
like...
tropical storm, what was it? Bertha? Is that what they named her?
Yeah.
Or something like
Big
that?
Bertha.
Yeah. Anyway, I felt really bad for them because they, on a whim, were like, we could just use a tropical sunny vacation on the beach and it'll be amazing.
I know. And they came into like the worst
because
storm
even
we've had
in the Florida
By the
summer.
way, we have gotten way less rain than we have the last, I don't know how many summers and stuff.
Well, if we think about the Stakehold Van flooding, I mean, think about the rain.
Gosh.
Think about how rainy it was that one summer because the roads almost for weeks when you
flooded.
drive home, it was flooded.
Yeah. It's amazing that's been 2 years. Like that's
one of our most watched videos.
Most watched video is our
Yeah.
Stay Cool van up on a lift in a mechanics with water dripping out the frame. And
It's not surprising.
and it's like dumb. And it got like 100,000 views.
But people are so intrigued by other people's misery.
No, and
By
it was
something
just,
going
and
wrong.
I think it was like our buddy Jim, who's the mechanic. He's like, take a look at this, or he said
Yeah.
something and everything, and it's really like we celebrate like, hey, we've done 100 videos, and by the way, this is our most watched video of 100,000, which is
I know, it's
a
crazy.
van leaking water.
But we have gotten more rain in the last couple of weeks than we've had all summer. Like everyone's been like, we need the rain. And now I'm like, okay, we're good.
Yeah,
Plenty of rain. Okay, you need.
I'm not even joking. I've done.
You're crashing?
2. Yes,
You're crashing out. Don't crash
I
out.
literally have done 4 events today.
Didn't you get enough sleep on your dive trip to last you a lifetime?
No, you can never get enough sleep.
But so we've got the nursery pretty much good to go. We moved the mattress out of the room the other day. It's finalized. Like if she came home tomorrow, we'd be ready. And so that's really good. We're getting to the point where we're going to start going to a bunch of appointments, and these podcasts might slow down for a minute, but we will see.
What?
What do you mean? What?
Nothing's slowing down.
I'm going to have 2 children.
Okay. Sounds like someone else's problem during podcast hour.
Actually, it's interesting because during the newborn phase,
Did we stop doing podcasts during when we first came home with
I
Abigail?
brought her. We put a pack and play in the office over there.
Oh, and she slept a little bit. So that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Put her down, let her sleep a little bit. We'll crank out a 45-minute.
That's what I was thinking. I don't even know. We used to like transfer her from the car seat because it was like, oh, your kid should only be in the car seat. Now, like the second child, you're like, all good. Like, I swear. She can be in the car.
Second child syndrome.
Yeah, no, literally.
SCS.
Yeah. Well, I was the second child, and obviously I'm perfect. So I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, but in having children, we've actually started having a lot more conversations. You know what? It wasn't even the children aspect. It was so much going on from your entrepreneurial journey that if anything ever happened to you, I was starting to get very nervous that there wasn't processes and documentation in place to protect me and the kids.
So you could pick up the gauntlet and keep going.
Yes.
And
so
you'll be like,
the entire
50 years
business-
ago when dear old Chris.
No, you're going to be around forever. But I
picked up the mantle. I just followed his 5-point checklist. And here we are today with 1,000 employees.
picked up the mantle.
Yeah, you're going to pick up the mantle and keep the company
gavel,
going.
the mantle.
The mantle.
What's the mantle's like over your fireplace?
No, you pick up the mantle.
What? You pick up like a gavel?
No, a gavel's what a judge uses.
Yeah.
The mantle.
What's
The mantle.
like the fire torch?
Like
The torch. You pick up a torch.
I'm pretty sure it's the mantle.
I don't know, man. Anyway.
Keep going.
So we've been working. Actually, you have a very good friend who helps with just like wills and estate planning, and he's been incredibly valuable for us to speak to. And we were talking the other night.
Okay, just so we can be on the same sheet of music here, to pick up the mantle means to take on a role, duty, or task from someone else who left it.
Okay.
Often to continue their legacy.
Whatever. We need to stop looking at words. My mom was so disappointed in me the other day listening to the podcast.
She's about to be disappointed again.
She's like, there was a word the other day, and I was like, oh, come on, Becky, you know this word.
Well, and
She
then what's
doesn't sound
funny
like
is that
by the way,
she's
gonna
having
kill me for that too.
She's having a conversation. What's interesting is that people who tell us
Everyone says
that they
that.
have conversations with us while we're talking.
Yes.
And it's like, because they know us, right?
Well,
So-
and it's conversational, and so it's like oftentimes you want to like say something, ask a question, or
you
comment
want to
back,
interrupt.
and yeah.
So here, and to help those that are doing that, we'll just pause for a second so you can just be uninterrupted.
You can just tell me how ridiculous I am for not knowing that that's what it
Yes, take up the mantle.
Okay. Well, now I believe you because Google told us. So
Well, you should believe me.
I did believe
all
you
the
anyway
time.
because I am not a spelling and It's funny. I was proofing something the other day and I was like, yeah, just fix the typo and then it's good to go. And 2 people wrote back, I don't see a typo. And I was like, I read it again. I guess I can see how that's proper English. It didn't feel right to me.
Well, sometimes things aren't right.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah. What's actually amazing is that if you produce something in writing in one of the AIs, let's say Claude or ChatGPT, then you take and paste that into your email editor for Google, it will then offer cleanup on it. And then you read the cleanup, you're like, holy shit, like this is way better.
Really?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But we were talking.
It's like battle of the AI.
We were talking about planning for the future, which it is hard because a lot of this too, you're like, will banks even exist? Will anything, you're trying to plan all these things and you're like, what's even going to be here?
Yeah.
But regardless, you were saying something to me. Some of these are very serious conversations. I don't like talking about sad things.
They're hard conversations, and you even tear up a little bit because
I do.
you don't like the idea of anything happening to me.
No, I do not. But you said, if anything ever happens to me.
I have one thing in life,
Yes.
and that says, if anything happens to me and you meet someone new, my only request is that you sell the house and the belongings and things that we have, and you just go start something new. And the reason is because I put a lot of my blood, sweat, and tears into making our stuff magical.
It's our legacy. It's
Well,
our
no, but
home.
I'm making it for you. So
Right.
for you to sit in the wine nook and enjoy that for
With
yourself is
someone
fine.
else, yeah.
But for you to sit in the wine nook that I built for us,
Right.
and then you're with some random dude,
Which I'm not ever going to be. You're going to be around forever. But
then I'm against that.
So
and so I'm
he-
just like, look, spend the money, just go find a new place to make your home, and don't enjoy my hard work. Like
Right.
that's my
that is
my
your
pet
thing.
peeve.
And you have some qualms about it because your father put a lot of work into the home you grew up in. And
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, like
and I
it's
don't
the
think
same
anyone should
thing.
benefit from
Right. Mm-hmm.
his hard work. Now, if my mom had chose just to be like by herself,
Right.
by all means, enjoy away. So, like, if you decide to live this life of solitude,
Well, so it's hilarious because then I said to you, you were like, I want you to find happiness. If you do,
yeah, I'm just like,
this
hey,
is
find
what I
happiness,
want,
find someone who's going to give you
whatever.
company.
And I looked at you dead in the eye and I said, I don't want you to find any happiness in anything but your business and our children. Like there is no one else after me. Let me be clear. And I will say, that's not a mentality that I would necessarily have for like every person. I happen to be married to you, and I happen to know that work is just as satisfactory, if not more so, than any relationship you've ever had. That like I know
well,
you'll be fine.
No, I mean, in all fairness, I have
but
said
nothing's
to
going to
you,
happen to me either.
well,
See,
I've
we
said
can't-
to you, I've said, you know what? Work has been such a central focus of my life until today. Like I literally have
me and the
a
kids
different focus in that regard. And it's hard for me because I still love work.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like that went away, but there is this huge part where I'm just like, I actually just, and I just love spending time with you guys.
Yeah, exactly. And then if I'm not here anymore for some horrible reason, which will never happen,
Right.
Then
Then
the
I'll just
point
be a
is-
workaholic.
yes, go back to your first love.
Go back to my first love.
Exactly. But anyway, so we're going through that process, and all jokes aside, and it is a horrible conversation to have, but an important one. It's really beneficial. And, you know, most of these things you're like, oh, we're on the same page and we've talked about it. But it is really good to have it on paper. There have been some unfortunate events with people who were far too young that didn't
Yeah.
have the documentation in place where, you know, their spouses have been like, if I can offer you anything, like you don't want anything going into probate. You don't want anything going, you know, being a discussion or a decision or even an argument amongst your children. Like you just don't want that.
Right.
If you have your wishes written out, then it's set in stone.
Right, exactly.
And
And,
it's-
then sharing that with everyone else
Yeah,
that needs to
making
have
sure
a
they're
copy of
aware.
that, make sure they're aware of that.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
we're
even
working
you
on
and I
it.
are talking about, you know, do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? And like, do you want worms growing out of your eyeballs? And
It's horrible to
I
think
know.
about.
It
It's
is.
I'm much better off not thinking about it. But
anyway, we put together your plan.
We what?
Put together your plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What plan?
You wanted to be cremated, and then we were talking about we were going to turn you
Well,
into a
I
reef
couldn't
ball.
decide. I was, yeah.
And then we decided that maybe you want to be stored in the base of my statue.
He wants a statue where he's
So
in the
look,
base of it.
my thing hasn't changed for like 10 plus
No.
years, which is cremated, mixed into concrete, and then turned into the base of a
By
statue.
the way, let's hope this is what gets written in the will, and it will because he hasn't changed his mind. But can you imagine we have like a live podcast recording, but the will ends up saying something different, and everyone's like, "No, that
No,
is
dude,
not-
I totally want to
is
see that
not
dude in
what
the
that
base of a
man
statue.
wanted."
So
He
it's
is-
like, I want a statue that's cast in bronze, put on a concrete brick base.
Okay.
And I want to be in the mortar of the base of the statue.
so
And so we decided that we'd make a trap door, and then we could store yours inside of the base
and
of
maybe
the
it's a
statue.
family thing. Who knows? Because I didn't want to be too far from
That's
you.
like a mausoleum now.
But I was right, and then it gets weird. It's so weird. But I didn't know. I was like, my comment was, I don't want bugs crawling out of my eyeballs, and an oven sounds really hot. Like, and so I mean, I just both sound awful. And I had criteria that was like, I do not want to be in a vase in anyone's house. Like there has
Yeah,
to be.
you can't
I
be
was like, you
stored.
got. I think we said you got 2 weeks. Like, get me out of there.
Yeah, you have to be gone. And so like for me, it's like, hey,
This
nothing
is so
in
creepy.
nothing in the estate
that we're
can
actually
change.
having this conversation on the podcast.
Nothing can happen until this wish is
Anyway, we got to move on. Do your will
Okay.
planning.
do your will planning. It's
We-
important.
By the way, nothing's set in stone yet. We don't know where. I might be a piece of coral under the ocean. I might be in his statue. We're not sure.
look, here's the thing. It's kind of boring under the water.
Well, it'd be lonely,
Yeah.
and you can't talk under there. Which
but
is
then
not
we talked
good
about
for me.
maybe me being a base of a statue underwater. And then we could both kind of
Because
be
I
underwater.
do like it's peaceful underwater.
Well, and you're
too. There's
also a
sea
marine
turtles.
biologist.
I was a marine biologist. I took a few classes in college and learned about the ocean. Okay, never had a profession that's gotten me far there, but anyway. So
hilarious.
we'll go back to my cousins being in town because it was fun. And speaking of the storm, that was terrible. We went to the beach for like 2 days in a row, which we never go to the beach. We have the lake. So we go into freshwater with Abigail and, we don't deal with the whole wet bathing suit in a car ride going home and whatever.
Right.
And the one day we were walking out on the beach and the skies were so black and it was like sprinkling. And I looked over at you and I looked at everybody on the beach because there were people there.
There are a lot of people
A lot of people there. And
It's
I
like
looked at
tourists.
you and I said, there's not one other local on this beach right
We're the only locals on the beach right now.
There's just
Everyone else is at home.
there is no way.
Yeah, today's not a beach day, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And we're thinking about that for this week. It's looking like it's our last planned weekend at the lake. And we're looking at the forecast. And we hardly ever make decisions based off the forecast.
I know.
But this forecast is like, it's not like partly cloudy. It's like
thunderstorms.
thunderbolt.
And it's
Like,
just not somewhere you want to be.
90% chance of rain.
If your whole plan for the weekend is to be out by the water and you can't be out by the water, then you might as well be at home getting shit done. But
Right,
yeah.
exactly. And we're going to have to entertain guests. And so it's like entertaining guests away from your home in a place where you can't enjoy the thing that you wanted to enjoy.
Right.
Is
It's
like
hard.
not,
It's
not
hard.
ideal.
But we did on Siesta Key. There's a drum circle every Sunday night, so we went to this drum circle. The winds were like crazy, and I wore a dress, which was just a terrible decision.
Terrible idea.
I know. I was trying to look like
don't
I
even
was
know.
halfway human. We went to the daiquiri deck for drinks first, and then went out afterwards. And
Which was delicious.
yeah, well, we talked
And
about
we talked about like in your family how people fight for the bill, and of course your cousin,
Oh, yes.
snagged that again.
Snagged
And
it.
what's interesting is like I literally thought to myself, the one they got there early, and when I first sat
actually
down,
was
I
so
thought to myself, I go,
distracted
you know
with
what?
Abigail that I didn't even
guarantee
think
you
about
he's
it.
already given a card and said,
I did not even think about it. I would have been better.
Well, and then that's when I was just like, well, we just got to come up with a plan to get him back.
Yeah. Just do something nice. But anyway, we went to this drum circle and Abigail, she's obsessed with music. She wanted to go over there and listen and everything. And I'm like trying to take her around. I'm 8 months pregnant. I can
Keeping your
hold her,
dress
but
down.
yeah, I'm trying to keep my dress down, hold the baby, whatever. And this guy who's in the drum circle, he's like, oh, does she want to play the drums? Like you can pick the sticks out right there and pick her up and let her play the drums. So I'm like in this dress trying to have her play the drums, which is a cute moment or whatever. And she's having a ball. And so she drops the sticks on the sand and I'm like, oh my God. And so I like pick the sticks up, put them down. I'm like, let's go, like enough. And so I start to take her away and she didn't want to be taken away. And I'm in front of, how many people were surrounding the circle?
A good 150 probably at that point.
Okay, so there we are. I'm holding my dress down, walking my daughter. She's holding my hand, and she turns to my hand
And
bites me in front of all these people because she wants me to let go, and I'm holding onto her so tight. And
I could not believe.
normally I would have picked her up, but I had to keep my dress on.
I can see her eyes.
Oh, I knew it was coming. By the way,
Like it was like this.
and I looked over at you, and I was like, "Come get your daughter."
I was like, she just tried to bite you.
I was
Bit
like,
you?
Yes.
But it's so crazy because I was so proud. like, it's like in one hand you're like, oh, that's horrible. You're like, wow, I'm really proud of you. Like you're like, because she wanted something. She wanted freedom. She was going to do what it took to get it.
She thought about it and she was like, what tools do I have to get out of this
I can't
handhold?
explain the proudness that I felt, but it was definitely intense.
You were like, so you came over and got her and played with her
I
the
came
rest
and
of the
got her,
time, but it was
and
fun.
then-
And I'm
And then
like,
I can't remember if she tried to
believe-
bite me or bite you again. I think I felt like it was one other situation where she tried to bite.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
But just to know, like, okay, I can inflict pain with these jaws of mine.
No,
she's got teeth.
Yeah. Oh, does she? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a little stinker. She
And
definitely
the look
knows
on
what
her
she wants.
face.
But I'm telling you, we're in that toddler phase where like she
Yeah.
does something and I'm like, you need to stop doing that sort of thing.
And she like looks at you and is like, oh,
It's a
I'm gonna do
joke
it.
because she's 1.5, so like timeout doesn't exist. But like the other day, I tried to sit her like towards the wall, and I was like, "Think about what you did." She's like, she's like 1, so she was messing with the blinds. This is again, I'm just going off topic, but I like put a chair in front of it or told her to stop to move her away from something she was doing that she knew she shouldn't have. And she looked right at me and ran over to the outlet and stuck her finger in the outlet and looked right at like, oh, I can't do that. I'll go do this other thing that I know I'm not supposed to do. Or she'll go like run over to the dog.
She doesn't know what the consequence is for the outlet because one, you can't, if you put your finger in,
okay,
nothing's going to happen.
Let me just claim this too. Every outlet in our house is protected. Okay. And there was like one outlet that wasn't, that after that day, I said to Chris, we've got to put things on here too. She's come in this room.
She loves to pull on those things, but they're hard to get out.
Yes. But anyway, she's a stinker.
Yeah. She's a stink pot.
But okay. Sorry. One of the things that we didn't discuss was, employees and empathy. I'm totally changing topic here. Did you have anything else you wanted to say about my cousins being in town?
No, just loved having them here.
We actually, when we were, we got one more thing. So,
what?
Well, it was nice. Abigail was on the beach and there's all these like water puddles that she can go in versus the ocean. And she wanted to just walk back and forth and it like killed her energy and she took great
naps. It blows my
naps.
mind. The girl's only been walking for 2 months.
Yeah. And she's like running now and hanging out with the birds.
It's
hilarious.
So quick. Like, you
Time
look at
goes
it and
by
you're like,
fast.
and we make a comment. We're like, pretty soon she's going to be walking. And then all of a sudden it's like days later.
Yeah.
And
now
then
she's
like
running.
Stumbling.
Yes.
Right. And it's like this.
Yeah. The drunk walk, and now she's just totally going for it.
I was thinking more like the walk in Coco.
But we watching too much of that lately. But she was tired out, so the whole thing was like, we're going to bring her home. She'll nap on the way home. We'll transfer her into her bed or whatever, which worked. But the one day, you lost your wallet.
I did. It was so funny though because we couldn't find the wallet. We called them and they looked outside, couldn't find the wallet. But when we were unloading her and moving her into the garage to get into the house, there was a clink sound, and she was sleeping.
And we paid attention to it because we were both
I thought
like,
it was
"What was that?"
Doona clicking into place.
Right,
that's what
or
I thought.
Something.
It was actually my wallet falling from somewhere
and clinking on the metal of a beach chair.
2 beach chairs.
So it's in the garage on the floor in between like literally the handle and the cloth of this beach chair that's leaned up against the wall. Like how I saw it, I don't know. But we went through like an hour. I mean,
I was pretty angry.
Not
angry. I was just like, God, it's just like adding another
and this was before the dive trip. So you're like, I need my ID. It's all these credit cards.
All my
where you're going to have to
cards.
cancel it. Like losing your
where
wallet
am I going to get money from?
Is horrible. Like you're trying to think of what's even in there.
And Paul lost his wallet on the
dive trip.
But his wallet ended up being in his dive bag. And he was like, I guess I put it there.
It becomes this whole activity where like everyone's looking for it. You feel like an asshole if you're not helping.
Yeah.
But you're like, you're ruining my day, dude.
Everyone's looking for it. So everyone's like,
Well, and it's funny because the day you lost your wallet, it was in the car. And before we went to the beach, I was like, hey, your wallet and your fob is in here. Do you want it? And you're like, no, it's fine. So my cousin's like, I remember Becky asking you.
And then, of course, we're thinking, did someone get into the car and just take the wallet?
Because, of course, the car's been acting up. And I'm like, was it locked? Was it not locked? Would someone really take the wallet? Like, did we have it? And he's looking at me and he's like, I'm just retracking my steps. And he's like, you were in the car and you touched and he's like blaming me. And I'm like, I did. Oh, yes, you were.
First of all, those are all true statements. We were just walking through things that had happened.
Anyway, and I'm sitting there. We have a blackened seasoning.
First of all, I'm not sure if it's the cake or whatever, but like I'm starving all of a sudden.
Okay. So, can I help you with that? What I was about to just say is that I was making blackened chicken sandwiches that day, and I was so proud. I had went and got all the stuff, and then all of a sudden it was like, are you that hungry that like you just can't even sit and focus? Like it just came over you and
I'm sitting and focusing. But yes, it's overcome me. All of a sudden I'm a little bit like
nauseous?
Yeah, maybe, but like hungry.
Okay. Do you want to go get some spaghetti?
No, I was thinking about that and then I thought, the spaghetti's like a couple days old.
It's fine.
It was like pappardelle.
Yes. It was.
Look at that.
I know.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
No, I don't want to eat it because I think it might have upset my stomach that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, our blackened seasoning is really good on chicken, on sandwiches.
And we put it on fries the other day.
We did, actually.
We got fries from a place called the Hobnob, and I paid for spicy fries. And then when I actually picked them up, I didn't look in the bag, and I get all the way home because I'm like, I'm going to keep these. You should. I mean, here's the thing.
I am proud of you.
First of all, there is no world
half of them
where
would have
I
been
do
gone.
not open up a bag and start eating a fry.
100%. Me either.
So I'm not sure what came over me. And I think part of it was I was running a little bit late. I said I'd be home at this exact time. And I was like, and it wasn't me. It was really the traffic and pouring rain.
Bullshit. He left the office late, and then he was like, if I wouldn't have stopped for fries, I would have been on time. So I think he had to stop for the fries because he was already late. And he's like, well, at least if I come home, I've got fries.
Right.
Because he knows
I didn't reach in the bag and grab it. And I kept telling you, like, hey, I've stopped here a couple times. I've got these spicy fries. They're really good. And so I get these spicy fries. I get home, I open the bag, and I'm like, okay, I'm home. And I go in for a fry. Fucking regular.
But we put our blackened season on it, and it was really good. It's like the Five Guys does like a Cajun fry,
Yeah,
too.
it's just a blackened Cajun
like
fry.
shake it in the bag or whatever.
It made me feel really good about our dusted concept with having dusted steak frites and then blackened fries.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you can get them without it, but then it would sell both of our products. We only sell one thing, and beer and wine.
And beer and wine.
Beer and wine.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know. Well, you're coming up with other brine and glaze, but we're not. We could do brine turkey legs.
Yeah. No, I mean, Barrett's on me to come up with glaze and stuff, and I'm like, guys, like,
it's too much.
It's too much right now. Like, let's focus on what we have. Let's sell.
Hey,
here's an idea. Let's sell what we got.
Yeah, that is a great idea. But speaking of employees, one of the discussions that I was going to have, and we'll end on this, is that it's really having empathy in general is difficult.
Yes.
And having empathy there's a whole nother perspective running a business versus being in a business. And I said this to you the other day, like one of the things, when I worked for my first company, anytime there was like a competition, in-house, a sales competition, employee of the month, whatever, they were like, you win it was a large format printing business. So they were like, you get a canvas print and a free PTO day. And I was like, that's amazing. So when I went to the next company and we did anything like that, I was like, well, why don't we give that person an extra PTO day? Like, why don't we, do that? And
because you're not giving money.
Right.
But you are giving something of a lot of value.
It's a lot of value to the employee. And I always thought like, hey, it's super valuable. It meant a lot to me when I was an employee, who wanted those things or whatever. And in accounting, it was always like, we can't do that. That's so expensive. Like, we can't do that. And now, I mean, I see both sides of it, but it's definitely a new perspective being an entrepreneur because every time, it's not every position in the business, which is interesting too. There's people who are hourly workers who take PTO versus salaried workers. For some reason, the hourly positions where it's like production literally isn't happening if you're not there. Because salaried workers, I feel like if you have PTO, you can prepare for it. So you like work really hard or maybe some extra hours even before you go to like get stuff done to make sure it's covered. Mm-hmm. But if your day to day is only what you can physically do while you're at the office and then you're just not there, but you're getting paid for it anyway, it's like, this feels strange as a business owner to just pay you. Like, and so anyway, there's not strange is the wrong word, but I
think that, you want to live in this
everyone deserves a good lifestyle. Like
we
you
want
have to have family and support.
I think the reality is that if your company's doing we have predominantly been a web services software company, and it's easy to make revenue. Not easy to make revenue, but you have revenue, and your revenue usually outpaces the hiring demand, right? So you have a huge gap, like you have extra. And we've recently bought something that was very labor intensive, and so we don't have the gap.
Yeah, the t-shirt printing.
And
business.
so it's literally like, well, if people don't work, we don't make shirts, and we don't make money. Like, it's just, and so it's almost impossible to get.
And it's like you can support someone being out and it's completely fine. But I'm saying all this because we actually offer a really good PTO policy and federal holidays and break time for these people. And there's a lot of companies too that oftentimes
for our team.
Right. And there's a lot of companies who, what did I say?
These people.
Oh, sorry.
Team members.
Thanks for catching me. This is like Mother Hubbard when she was on the reunion. She was like, oh, whoever said that from wherever. And then she was like, I'm sorry, who said that from where? Give me the name so I don't sound cold-hearted.
So I would love to tell everyone about what Donnie said from Michigan.
But no, what I was going to say is a lot of companies have separate policies for hourly employees versus salaried employees, or and it's not even hourly versus salaried. It's more of like the position that they're working. But anyway,
Right.
it's interesting because we just say we want all of our employees to be treated the same. Like
we want all of our team members to be treated the same.
and we know that people put in a lot of hard work, so we want to be able to repay them. What? What's so funny? You're just repeating me now.
No, I'm fixing your nomenclature.
Oh.
Because you use the word employee, and you know it drives me bonkers. And I always say team members.
Oh, a team member.
Team members.
Yeah, sorry. Well, it's very important too, because oftentimes team members have things going on in their personal lives. And we've had a couple of scenarios lately, because this is Business and Belly Laughs. This is a true business conversation where it's like, if somebody comes to you, like there's health issues where it's like, hey, I'm going to be out, and you literally need to get like documentation involved for FMLA or short-term or long-term disability if you offer things like that, and you can look into like what's the option and what does this mean for the business.
Oh, do we ever get resolution of the thing that you were talking to me about?
Not fully, but it's like, so there's discussions that you need to have, and if someone's having like a health issue or a family issue or something, you want to be there, but you have to be very, again, it's like, it's one thing to be on one side of the token as an employee. It's another thing to be an employer and say, okay, I have a ton of empathy for this situation right now and for you. But if it was,
But we're running a company, so.
but we're running a company, and so if this happened to anybody in the company, would I do the same thing for them, right? Because you kind of have to make sure.
Well, you have to be careful, because you do, unfortunately, from an employment standpoint, you do have to be kind of equal across the board.
But it's interesting because I sit there and look at the type
I
of.
don't feel that way, but.
Well, I look at the type of employee, and it's like, does this employee give us everything? Because if they do, then I want to give them everything in a time of need.
Which is why I dropped the key off to Brandon.
Yes, no, that is true.
Because he works hard. He's traveling all over the place.
We didn't want to leave him stranded at some
don't wanna
random
leave him
house.
strategy.
Strategy?
I don't. First of all, he was stranded at a beach house on the water.
I know.
He's in the driveway. I was like, dude, if I was you, I would have been in the pool.
No
and no one's there, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's like, yeah, no one's here. I just, installing these.
That's,
I was like,
I would have
bro,
felt pretty awkward if they were home 45 minutes.
If I would have went back and you were just lounging in the back, I'd been like,
giving him props. I know.
Enjoy it while you can.
But my point is that it actually makes you take a good look at your employee base, because if there's an employee where you're like, oh, I do this for them because they give us everything, and there's someone else where you're like, well, I wouldn't be doing it for them. It's like, well, is that a toxic employee or someone that you should be looking in, that you're just comfortable? You're like, okay, they can work here. They're doing fine. And then you're like, oh, but what if a situation happens? And so,
I
anyway,
agree.
I think you are.
I'm toast. I am done for
That's
the day.
it. We've
but
done
wait,
it.
you have these 7 questions for fun. I would love to do one of them.
Oh, okay. I did. And we're coming to the end. Sorry, Maria. Now we are coming to the end here. So how about you pick one? I saw a video where they asked each other in a relationship silly questions, and the other one had to answer. And so I'll just read the first one. It says, if I disappeared for 24 hours, where would you check for me first?
If you disappeared for 24 hours, I would probably check an island in the Caribbean.
Seriously?
Yeah. I'd see if you'd booked a flight to like one of the islands.
Legitimately, you'd look to see if I booked a flight before. This is a true question. Where would you look? My mom's or Leanne's?
Well, I mean, I check my phone and I see your location.
My location's off.
Your location's
you're no
off.
fun. Okay, you pick the next question.
For 24 hours. I mean, seriously, like I would sit there and be like, where would Beck really want to go? I'd be like, yeah, she would totally want to get away to an island.
Okay.
And go on vacation.
All right, you pick a question now for me.
Okay. What is my go-to excuse when I don't want to do something?
I got work to do.
That's not an excuse. That's truth.
It is truth.
That's truth. If I, you read one now. We'll go back. Well, this is just a couple here.
If I had a warning label, what would it say?
Caution, absorbs all oxygen in room.
Oh my gosh. Don't, but also.
Sir talks a lot.
Also, don't breathe near me either. I can't handle sounds. Okay, your turn.
If I was lost in the grocery store, what aisle would you go first to find me?
Probably the candy aisle, where you'd be finding your nerds.
Really? I would probably be in the deli.
In the deli?
Yeah.
I was gonna say like raw meats too.
Probably
Could
like
be.
finding like the popcorn chicken.
Oh
Because
my
like that's like something you can eat in the store, you know?
Okay, this says if I called you from jail, what's your first guess on why I'm there?
Probably defending your daughter.
Yeah, someone hurt Abigail.
Someone hurt
For sure.
someone that you loved. And I think you just go off chain.
Okay. Oh, this one's funnier for me to
If
ask
our
you.
relationship was a weather pattern, what would it be right now?
Right now?
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs?
No, I was going to say sunny, partly cloudy in the afternoons or something. Maybe storms around 9 to 10 p.m. when the daughter's not.
Hurricane coming. Yeah. We're tracking the hurricane in the radar. So
Okay, what's the one thing you'd never let me be in charge of?
directions.
Fair. And with that,
All right. We'll see you next week.